Good evening, everyone. Thanks for checking out Pure Delusion. I'm Tamir,
I'm Clayton.
I'm Tom.
and this is welcome to
Thrones Poems.
Thrones Poems,
Episode 2.
Episode 2. This is Tom's debut.
What up?
Yeah,
Also known as
Trigonometry.
yeah,
Check me out on Twitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Twitch channel.
that's right.
So, we're here to talk about Episode 2 of Season 7 of Game of Thrones, Stormborn. So, what did you guys think? What was your favorite scene of this episode?
It was probably the guy that doesn't have a dick, hooking up with that chick.
Oh, yeah. Grey Worm and Miss Sandy.
Yeah. That was my favorite scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Tom?
I was kind of digging the whole back and forth between Viserys and Daenerys in the beginning there. I thought Viserys was on his game. He was dropping the truth on her, like, hey, I don't work for you, I work for the people. And I really dig that. That's why I like Varys, because he's kind of like
That
the
was good
chaotic, neutral.
Yeah.
That was a good scene.
Yeah, that was a good. My favorite scene, I guess, was the ending scene. I mean, that's kind of hard to top. The sweet battle.
Yeah.
That we didn't see any action really up until that
Yeah.
scene. So that was kind of.
That was
I was waiting for it. I was like, where is the action gonna come?
That was
from?
my number 3 scene. That was my number 2 scene.
Can I just say, thank God the Sand Snakes are finally dead.
Yeah.
The worst characters that they have put
Those
in
bad.
this show are finally dead.
They were pretty bad. I was like, what is their purpose when they're in the fight? They have these big ass spears or little ass daggers.
Well, but that shows like they brought a different combat element.
They were terrible.
Like
They're not Oberyn.
Yeah, no, but I understand that. But you do need to have something different. You can't have everyone using the same type of weapon.
That's
Is
fine.
it clunky and maybe not practical? Yes, but I don't think you can fault them for
I
their
just think
weapon
the
choice.
writers really to go from Oberyn an amazing character everybody loved to them is just it's a huge drop
Yeah,
off.
Yeah, oh, it is. It is.
I didn't have so much of beef with like their fighting style. I just thought the characters were really bad, like poorly developed.
Yeah, they all
not
3 of them were
very-
the same, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were one much depth.
My second favorite scene was the scene with Grey Worm and Miss Sandy. I really liked that scene. I'm always looking for scenes that like kind of make me feel. So obviously I was really excited about the last scene. But that scene where let's talk about
Let's
does
talk about
he
this
have
scene.
a penis or not?
Look, I thought the Unsullied, they were, neutered when they were children. This brought forth a whole new, as Tom called it, a phantom dick. I don't, it was like he got a solid 3 pumps in.
I don't think
I saw a
I don't
solid
think he
3.
has one.
Well, I
Like-
mean, seriously, like I'm not like just making that up. Like you hear like even like in real life, like people like get their arms, lose their arms or something like that. But then they have like phantom limb where they still feel like it's there sometimes. And I think maybe that's what was going on with him. Like the Unsullied don't get that kind of stimulation, so maybe like for the first time in his life, he was actually feeling himself, and that's what was kind of
So
like bringing that phantom.
Yeah, so
penis
perhaps
into play.
it was like a summoning spell. Like he summoned a tool to help him.
I think Tom's just trying to say that he kind of was doing the motions. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he
No,
could have been
her
feeling
reaction
something.
and those pumps, there was something there.
I don't think
There
was
was something
anything there. But
There was something there.
He definitely went down on her.
Well, yeah.
So-
That wasn't the interesting part. There was those 3 pumps. I was like, whoa, that changed the game.
It
That
seemed
changed
like
the game.
There was kind of something there.
You're
but
telling me you didn't see 3 pumps?
It seemed kind of like that, but then they
that's
didn't
all I
really.
needed.
They didn't really like.
Well, they had to cut the scene off. They couldn't just have them just going at it all. I mean, jeez.
I mean, they could. It is HBO.
That felt like we were watching porn. That scene.
Yeah, true.
So, what do you think the theme was of this episode? Title Stormborn. What do you think, Tom?
I mean, I think the theme was just kind of all about loyalty. I mean, we saw it in a couple different scenes. We saw it in the beginning where Daenerys was talking to Varys, talking to him about loyalty. And then we saw it at the end with Theon and Yara. Theon, went back to his old ways, jumped ship, pussied out.
See, now for me, I felt the theme of the show was how much we're alike. We're more alike than we are different. So I felt like you look at Daenerys, everyone's giving their 2 cents on what they believe should happen. And she's like, no, I don't want to be, the queen of ashes. I want, people to be alive. And then you got Jon Snow on the opposite end. No, I'm going to seek this out. We have to work together. So there's one example of it. And then you look at what was it, the Greyjoy family with Theon and the lesbian chick or bisexual chick. Her, and then you look at Kana. What's Kana's name? Euron. I feel like they're very similar, like how they go about things. Like, well, obviously Theon, like he's out of it. He's always gonna be out of it. But the sister and him were very similar. So,
I think even going back to the whole loyalty thing, like you talked about Jon. They were calling on him to stay there because like they wanted him to be loyal to the North instead of doing what Robb did, which was ride south and ultimately ended up getting himself killed. Yeah. So I think that again kind of just brings the whole point back to.
Oh, I'm not saying your point's wrong.
It was hard for me to kind of nail down a theme. I thought maybe I kept noticing like there was a fear of foreigners, which was interesting to me. Like, I don't know if they're drawn in from some real life, but the North...
They've always talked about them like that, though.
Well, the North didn't want him to leave. They're afraid of people that aren't like them. They're afraid of the Lannisters. Right. What was the other scene where they were talking about foreigners?
Well, she was making a proposal for why you should work with us.
Cersei made a big deal about it, too, about them having a...
army. The Dothraki and the Unsullied they're savages and blah, blah, blah.
But that doesn't surprise me, though. Like, I feel like that... The whole show, like, you see, like, wildlings, like, they literally are just on the other side of the wall, and they treated them as if they were something else, so... And
then the other theme, I was just maybe, like, with the Nymeria scene, like, things that are wild really can't be tamed. You know what I mean? Kind of like Daenerys is like a dragon. You can't tame her. Like, kind of seemed like they were trying to go with that with talking about Tyrion. Like, don't listen to him. He's trying to hold you back or something. Yeah. So,
now, can we just talk about how perfect that scene was? Because I know you guys talked about like your second favorite scenes. That was my second favorite scene. The Nymeria hype. Loved it. Yeah. It was good to see one of the direwolves come back into the fold because as of right now, Ghost and Nymeria. Last two wolves standing, so it was kind of cool. Like, I thought it was really interesting to see her come back, not only as a lone wolf, but she's leading the pack now. So I thought that was pretty cool to see as well.
I'd like to talk about the scene with Jon and Littlefinger. I just don't understand, and I think Jon's kind of made a few mistakes here. Like last episode, he's pardoning these people, letting them keep their castles, and they're not loyal. And this scene, he's being a dick to Littlefinger, choking him. Yeah. Littlefinger saved his ass. You know what I mean? Like, there wouldn't be Winterfell with the Starks right now if it wasn't for Littlefinger. So that, to me, was very... it was just bullshit, I thought.
I don't think it was bullshit. It shows you the type of man Jon Snow is. Like, just because you helped me, don't think I owe you. I owe you nothing. And I can take your life at any moment.
Why would he not owe him something?
And think back to the
because Jon Snow doesn't.
Think back to the whole point that he made about when they were talking about Tyrion, about how Jon knows that Tyrion's a good guy and that he wouldn't lead him into a trap. I think that speaks to, and one of the more underrated character aspects I think of Jon in the show and in the books is Jon's a pretty good judge of character.
Yes, he is.
He knows when people are up to something. He knows Littlefinger has an ulterior motive here. He didn't just come save Jon because it was the right thing to do. He came to save Jon because he wants to get with Sansa.
Yeah, it was just, to me, it was like creating an unnecessary enemy.
I just think you've gotten so used to Jon Snow being soft in these scenes, you've forgotten that he's a savage. Like Tom said, like he went over the wall, he fucked the wildling. Like Jon Snow, like he gets down.
Picking a fight with Littlefinger is gonna cause you a lot more headaches,
Oh, so you don't think there's gonna be headaches with Littlefinger?
I mean, what, you let him marry Sansa and then what? That's I feel like he might be satisfied. So what?
You choose the path of least resistance. Let me kill them while they're weak. Don't go over here. Just let them marry your sister. Jon Snow is a man of conviction. He believes what he believes, and that's what makes him him. If he just went along with the flow, he wouldn't be Jon Snow.
Yeah, it's irritating me how Littlefinger keeps getting shitted on.
I thought that the scene, like the way that they set that scene up with him and Jon was actually really interesting because he's down there talking to him. Jon's down in the tombs. I guess watching, talking to the statue of Ned in the crypt. Yeah. And I thought that was really interesting to see kind of the difference between Jon and Ned because Ned way back in season 1. He was trying to work with Littlefinger, knowing full well that Littlefinger's a shiesty motherfucker. But Jon showed Jon took a different path than Ned, which everybody's shown. When you're loyal to people in this show, you get fucked. Jon took a different path and said, "Littlefinger, I know you're up to something. don't cross me because I will end you.
That's right. I love it.
Littlefinger's going to try to do something.
Of course.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
he totally is.
yeah.
But
So,
I mean, like I said, that is Jon Snow. That is who he is. If he feels it, he says it. He does it. That's who the man is. Now something I had a question for you guys is, because when they start talking about Tyrion and how he couldn't be trusted, it started making me think about Tyrion, who he is as a person in the show. So you think about all of Tyrion's situations. When has he ever really made good decisions? I feel like the only good decision Tyrion made was when he killed his father and left on the boat. Besides that, he's been a consistent fuck up his entire life. Okay, all right. So
Tyrion led the Battle of Blackwater Bay. You remember that?
I do remember that.
He saved their asses.
Okay, so do you think
Actually,
Tyrion?
High Ground saved their asses.
Yeah, but you know he that's his favorite character, so he's going to defend him. Do you think Tyrion has an alternative motive, or do you think he truly is loyal to Daenerys 100%?
Yeah, I think he is too. I mean, he hates Cersei enough. I think
he's not.
He kind of wants to, like, Tyrion's never been a true Lannister. You know what I mean? Like, he's always kind of been rejected by that family, which that's why I don't think he has any kind of ulterior motive.
So you don't think there's because here's the thing, he is a Lannister. So you don't think there's a part in him where he has a plan?
No, he killed his dad.
Oh.
That's a good point.
I disagree. I think he does have an alternative motive.
What is it? It's not to be king.
No, it's not. But I think he has an alternative motive.
I think Tyrion, like the whole
he's a manipulator. That's what he is. He has a motive.
And the whole thing about Tyrion's character is, like, he's always like the Lannister that's been different, and I think that difference lies in the fact that he doesn't want to be like his father. He doesn't want to be like Cersei. You know, to a degree, he didn't want to be like Jaime, even though, you know, we've seen Jaime have some character development, and he's starting to change, you know, how he acts as well. I think Tyrion, you know, his general feelings kind of line up with what Varys said, what Dany has said. You know, they believe in the people. And that's just kind of like the difference between them and Cersei, whose ultimate goal is power. Like, they don't care who they have to crush or kill or destroy to get what they want. You know, I think Tyrion generally wants the people to have, like, a say in the ruling, or, you know, for the ruling to be done for them, not just to gain power.
We'll see.
So I guess the last two things I want to talk about before we end this video, let's talk about Jorah a little bit. Okay. So, do you think he's going to get cured?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say so. Yeah. I
hope so.
Yeah, no, I think he's going to get cured. No, let's talk about Sam not wearing a mask. Like, he's fucking future mask off. That was crazy. Like, why are you not wearing a mask? Would you not have wore a mask? You got goo dripping out. I would have stopped right there. Oh, pause. Let me go get a mask, get some goggles, something, cut the hole in something. Like, no.
Now, will there be any blowback towards Sam from the other Maesters?
Yeah. I honestly think that might be what gets him his, like, first chain, to be honest with you. You know, they had the Maester's chain. Like, it might get him his first link just because it's, you know, I think that the thing that Sam's struggling with right now is how to separate himself from just, like, everybody else is there. And I mean, obviously, grayscale's a big deal because they said that the only procedure that they used for it is banned. So I think if he's able to successfully cure Jorah without somehow infecting himself, I think that would be a pretty big deal, and it definitely stick him up on the totem pole a little bit.
Well, see, for me, I think Sam is going to become a mage. That's just what I believe. So I believe they're going to give him like a time limit, like you and your family have to go. He's going to break into that area where these books are forbidden. He's going to get his tome of forbidden knowledge. He's going to take it, and then he's going to be in the fight. He
already has all the knowledge that he really came there for. It's all that dragon glass.
I believe I said mage. He's going to be a mage. He is going to be casting spells.
So you think they're going to kick him out?
Yes. Okay. They're going to kick him out, and he's going to become a mage.
I think what Tom said is more logical.
Yeah. I'm going on, my mage thing. It would be cool to see Sam throwing some fireballs or arcane missiles.
The last thing I want to talk about is, so obviously Jon is now going to Dragonstone to meet up with Daenerys.
Okay.
Is there really going to be any more surprises in terms of how their characters like interact? We know how this is going to end, right? Like, will there be any more surprises?
Yeah, there's going to be more surprises.
Like, or are they just going to continue down this path and conquer everything and get married?
Well, I mean, I think for you probably think everything's going to go that way. But for me, that thinks, you can't trust Tyrion. You can't trust Sansa. I think there's going to be a whole bunch of twists and turns on.
Yeah, I mean, you also have to think, like, they've already said multiple times throughout the series, there's only one person that can win the Game of Thrones. A lot of people are still going to die, and there's a lot of characters that everybody likes on the show right now,
Yeah.
a lot of my favorites included, that are probably going to die. So I think that that's going to be the biggest thing that a lot of viewers are going to have to deal with. And we got to think, like, how many episodes is it this season?
7.
7, and then next season's like about,
7.
7 or 8. I mean, that's not a lot of time for a lot of characters to die. So I think people are going to be really shocked more so with the fact
I
of
agree.
who lives and who dies.
I agree.
Because at the end of the day, there's not going to be a whole lot of people left standing.
There's motives at
But
hand.
it's going to be Daenerys, right?
That's going to win?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Who do you think?
I think in
I think it's
classic
gonna be Sansa.
TRRM fashion, it's going to be somebody we're not even
I
expecting.
think it sounds. I'm calling
Oh,
it
I
now.
hope it did. I'd be great if it was a huge shock, you know.
No, I think it
to
sounds.
me, I think it's just we're gonna go down this path, and it's gonna be either Daenerys or Jon Snow, or they're gonna get married, and it's gonna be both of them.
Or what if it's the White Walker King? He has a
Yeah, you need to look up the percentage.
Bad guys win sometimes,
You
right?
need to look up Vegas. Who's Vegas betting on is gonna win? The
No, because then they've already read spoilers and stuff. No thanks.
there's no
Yeah,
books.
the book hasn't even lasted.
Yeah, but there's too many people on Reddit that are in their little no.
Okay. All right. Well, that about wraps it up for us. Thanks for watching. Check out some of our other videos.
Yeah,
Feel free to subscribe. We're a variety channel,
a variety channels.
so we do all sorts of videos.
This is true,
I got a Craigslist video, in the works right
All
now.
right. Did you want to give a disclaimer about your political videos again?
Oh yeah, if you want to look at my shirt, this says it all,
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah,
don't,
so yeah, if you hate liberal agenda, you might not want to subscribe.
yeah, if you don't like liberals, don't subscribe. But anyway, if you like liberals and you like Game of Thrones and you like tech and you like food reviews, feel free to subscribe.
Yeah, please do.
All right, thanks for watching.
All right,
See you
thanks.
guys.
See ya.